Meal delivery services are something I have never tried until this week. Last week, I was scrolling on Instagram when I saw an ad for HelloFresh, and I was curious, so I clicked it and saw that they were doing a promotion. Basically, the promotion said that their meals were half off and I got free shipping. So I thought, why not give it a try? With the promotion, you got 3 meals, so my husband and I chose 2 vegetarian dishes and 1 meat dish.
To see how HelloFresh compares to traditional grocery shopping, we are going to look at sustainability, price, and will it make me a better cook?
According to HelloFresh's website, the company is committed to helping eliminate food waste, fight climate change, and innovate sustainable packaging. Their website claims that they are fighting climate change by producing 31% fewer carbon emissions than a typical supermarket through a shorter supply chain. Surprisingly, I was able to find a 2019 study done by the University of Michigan, which concluded that on average, meal kits have 33% fewer carbon emissions than grocery store meals. That same study, however, did conclude that as a whole, meal delivery kits tend to produce more packaging trash. And I agree, when looking at the packaging for some of these meals, it was obvious to me that there were some items that I would have produced less packaging on if I had bought it in the store. A helpful yet wasteful thing was that all 3 of the meals called for scallions, but each of the meals had the scallions individually wrapped for the recipe, which is helpful for you to know the quantity needed, but it did produce excess waste. I could totally see how having a meal kit like HelloFresh could reduce food waste. Sometimes I'll buy a single ingredient for 1 meal and I'll never use it again. A good example of this is this vegan butter. I bought it when someone came to visit me and I've never used it since. Now it's expired and I probably shouldn't be eating it. Another example is just making too much of something for a meal. And then we'll have it left over, it'll sit in the fridge and never be eaten, eventually thrown away. So I can see how having the exact amount that you need for a recipe could definitely reduce food waste. To compare prices of what I would pay at a traditional grocery store versus HelloFresh, I looked at the meal for the creamy chickpea salad sandwiches. Now, when I compared the prices, I compared the price for the quantity needed in the recipe, not the overall cost of having to buy like a whole bottle of olive oil, for example. Just the amount that would be needed in the recipe. Here are all the ingredients and the prices of what I would pay at the grocery store for the quantity needed in the recipe. The ingredients in the quantity needed would cost $10.64 plus tax. That would make each serving $5.32. With the promo code we used, it actually only costs $5 per serving. So we actually did save money on this box per serving for this specific meal, but in the future, it would cost 2 times as much per serving because there would be no promo code.
Now comes the time where it's time to figure out if I can cook or not. So we are going to make the chicken dish, which was this dish, the 1-pot creamy lemon dill chicken soup, and I'm vegetarian, so I'm not going to do the actual chicken preparation. Nathan is.
Using HelloFresh was actually a really easy way to get introduced to cooking because I felt like the instructions were very clear and the steps were pretty simple. Now, I will say that it took a lot more time and a lot more dishes and space than I expected. So in that regard, that was a little bit of a letdown.
It is pretty good. Very dilly. I like it. It is creamy. Good soup.
I think HelloFresh was worth trying, but a normal price for a box is definitely not within budget right now. So I did go ahead and cancel it. See you in the next one. Bye!